What's going on, everybody? Thank you again for tuning in to yet another episode of the Wayback Throwback, where we jump in the Wayback machine and go back to a time where you know what, the world didn't suck as bad as it does now. Of course, I'm your host, Fat Ninja, and I got my usual suspects with me. We got Pook Ninja chilling out over there above Starman and Fighter Hayabusa. What's going on, brother? How you doing, sir?
Man, that's where I belong, man. That's my neighborhood. Is Fighter Hayabusa and Starman and the Amazon, King Slender and all that. I love that game, man. That's the video game world I could be in. I'd live in that world. But I'm doing good. Nice outside and just been playing games and chilling today. Didn't have a whole lot I had to do, so it's all good.
Awesome, awesome. And we got PK Punk, our indie wrestling aficionado. He's chilling out above Rygar, one of the toughest games to beat, and one of the games I almost lost a controller over. PK Punk, what's going on, brother? How you doing, sir?
I'm very good. Some really good news in the last 48 hours, so I'm riding a high, going straight into talking some retro, which I'm never going to complain about.
Nice, nice. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any Riv today, but our
He's in the
tech
chat.
man.
He's in the chat.
YouTube,
He's in
Oh,
the
he's
trying
chat.
to get on, but the link ain't working.
Yeah. I think you
Uh,
may have to send him the temporary link again, or
yeah. Okay, I'll
yeah,
do that.
I
I'll
don't
do
know
that
what's
after.
going on.
All right, so we got our tech master behind the scenes. We got Obi One Jabroni. What's going on, my dude? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We've got an actual anniversary today. I forgot to mention it backstage, but yeah, it's the 60th anniversary of James Bond, the first ever James Bond. So I thought that was cool
Mhm.
that it's today because the whole way back thing and everything. If anyone out there is a James Bond fan, and yeah, people may notice I may sound a bit different today. If you can maybe guess why, you might get a prize. Maybe I don't know.
And a bit of a sadder anniversary. It's also the 25th anniversary of Brian Pillman's death today, so rest in
Oh
peace,
wow.
Brian Pillman,
Hmm.
one of my
Yeah.
all-time favorite wrestlers.
Holy shit! I did not know that. Thank you for that, PK. Shit, yeah, I totally spaced it. Yeah, damn. R.I.P. Pillman. R.I.P. Yeah, man, he was. Man, dude was good. My
Mm.
God, he was good. Damn.
Yeah,
When you're that good, you can work yourself into a shoot to get fired from your contract because you don't want to be in WCW anymore, so you can go to
yeah.
WWF. That shows real fucking talent.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the feud, or well, Vince doesn't like the word feud. He prefers rivalry with Austin back in the
Mm.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, I know he was in WCW for a while.
Hmm.
And ECW, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically the backstory was he convinced Eric Bischoff that if he was going to show up in ECW, it would look more realistic if they fired him from his WCW contract, so he could go to ECW as an invader, like
Yeah,
a loose cannon. And then he just never went back to WCW. He just basically went to ECW for a bit, and then went to WWF. It was his way to
yeah.
try and get out of his contract.
I know they were the Hollywood Blondes at one point, but yeah,
Oh, Bonds were
Pook,
awesome.
you was gonna say something. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just kind of what PK just said about the whole
Yeah,
ECW thing and Eric Bischoff and that whole loose cannon gimmick was great. I mean, that happened a little bit after the Hollywood Blondes tag team with stunning Steve Austin and stuff, but he was always good, even when he was just flying Brian with the
Mm.
Cincinnati Bengals tights and stuff. While I wasn't a favorite of that character, he was always good. Like he was always a good wrestler. He had good moves and everything. He was all you knew he was going to be good. Him and Tom Zink, Z-Man with that tag team with the U.S. tag team titles and them and the Freebirds and everything. And then the whole loose cannon and then the whole ECW and the Kevin Sullivan thing. I respect you, Booker, man. And then
Yeah.
the ECW promos and stuff. It's all great. I mean, he really, and then by the time he got to WWE, he was so injured and from the car
yeah,
wrecks and everything else.
yeah.
Wasn't the
Kind
same
of,
guy.
yeah.
We got Riv.
What's
Yep.
up,
Yep. We
Riv?
got Yep, we
Yo,
got Riv in the building. What's up, Riv?
yeah.
How you doing,
They,
sir?
they, they try not to let me in the building every
Again.
damn week. Every damn week.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Bill Gates.
Also, real quick, can I just say, I did get in the Street Fighter 6 beta, or beta,
No.
as we like to say in this
You got in?
country. No, I didn't get in, but they are sending
me either.
out. There is hope. Me and PK didn't get in, unfortunately. That only leaves you, Riv.
Yeah, I
don't know
didn't
if
get
you
in. I didn't get in either. They didn't let me in either.
I can't believe you applied.
Yeah. No. We're all ass out. I think they heard some of the comments that we've made on this show and like, no.
Don't let these guys in. They're
Right.
very toxic individuals, and
They're like,
Fat Ninja
no,
Crew.
and that one with the facial hair, absolutely hell no.
But no, codes still might be going out till the 7th of October, so one of us may still have a chance, but to be
Holding out
honest,
hope.
I'm not holding my breath at this point. Anyway, we should get on with the show. Sorry, Ninja.
No, man, you're cool. I mean, it's kind of
content.
like
I honestly think we got a better chance of Goldust winning the Royal Rumble than getting into the Street Fighter later.
Oh my goodness, we got Easy Digging in the building. What's up, my
What's
brother?
up?
My boy from Blazes Crew. Thank you for stopping in, checking in with us. Appreciate you, bro. Go check out Easy Digging. He's got his cool little channel. He's doing his thing over there, digging up cool artifacts, enjoying life, showing nature like cool sunrises, sunsets, and just nature. Definitely go check him out on YouTube. And we got Harry Barnett in the building.
Harry.
What's up, man? Recent transplant from across the pond. He's making his feelings known. Wow, that sounded really lame as hell. His presence known over here on YouTube in the States now. So go check him out on
He's
YouTube.
really a spy from MI6. We sent him over there just to spy and to give information back to us over here. That's what that is really.
And we got Jacob Waters in the building. What's going on, brother? Hey, go check out Jacob. He does interviews. He plays a lot of retro games. He's got a lot of variety of stuff that he does. So like you may not there's like out of 5 things that he does over there, you're going to at least like one of them at least, guaranteed. So yeah, go check him out on YouTube as well. We also got Hedgehogs Homestead in the building. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, if you want to know about, doing the whole outdoorsy homestead thing, hey, make sure you go check out them over there because, well, for one, they know what they're talking about over there. they're funny as hell too. So yeah, if you want a good laugh and find out about outdoors and how to embrace the homestead lifestyle, go check them out on YouTube as well. And we got my balls deep, man. What's up, dude? Major player from Lemmy and Granny's crew over there. Hey, man, thank you for coming out and checking us out, bro. Totally appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. And we got Dan B. What's going on, brother? What's going on? He's picking up a little steam. He's putting out some more videos here and there. Okay, stepping his game up. I like to see it, bro. So yeah, make sure you go check him out also. And let's see, we got the Nitro Freak. What's up, brother? What's going on, man? Hey, RC expert and also exposing the criminal underbelly of YouTube and just all around good cat, man. If you want a good grown man conversation, go hit up Nitro Freak when he goes live. You will not be disappointed. Check him out on YouTube. Um, oh, I get to do my shout out. Outdoors with Big Matt, what's up? Yeah. See, I didn't break my collarbone like I did a couple of episodes ago or whatever. Hey, what's up, Big Matt? Another outdoors guy, fishing, and he does a lot of stuff with welding and stuff like that. So, and he just an overall cool ass dude. He's funny. He loves his family like to death. So, if you love a person like that, go check him out on YouTube. Oh, we got Nora, the stock explorer, in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, if you need a positive energy pickup in the morning, you feel like crap when you get up in the morning, like we pretty much all do every day. Go check out Nora on her channel on YouTube, and
So normal.
she's got her beautiful fur babies, the super cool dogs. She's super cool. Learn some stock tips, and hey, might get a little inspiration and be a little bit more positive that day. Go check her out on YouTube. Thank you, Nora, for coming out, hanging out, and chilling with us. Easy said he'll be right back. He's got a call. Before we get underway, a cool supporter of mine, um, Miss Judy May Collins. She's in the hospital right now. She's doing a little bit better, but they still have her in the hospital for observation. They don't know exactly what's wrong with her yet, but prayers and positive vibes go out to her. Hopefully she has a speedy recovery and gets back home, because I know her beautiful dog Jackson is probably having a fucking fit right now until she comes back. So yeah, Miss Judy May Collins, prayers and wishes go out to you to come home safely, get well, and come home safe. All right, so let's get into the topics. But of course, here recently I started doing polls because I definitely love that aspect from Black Money Corp. He likes to get his audience engaged. So the poll I got today, what's the most important to you as a YouTuber? And the answers are connection with your audience, getting monetized, networking, or content. And 62% says connection with your audience, 8% says monetize, 15% says networking, and 13% says content. All right, awesome. And we got sarcastic storage stacker in the house. What's going on, brother? Hey, this dude. Every damn time he puts up a video, it's like I'm not even going to put on my watch list. I'm just going to go ahead and just watch it straight up because I know I'm going to laugh my ass off at least once or twice. Because I mean, not only does he know about the game of buying storage lockers and flipping stuff like that, he we're all guys here. We like to destroy shit. He does that too on the show. So yeah, hey, if you want to check something out like that, please check him out on YouTube. Thank you, brother, for coming in out here and checking us out. So the first thing we want to talk about, okay, so back in the day, we used to play these things called games, and unfortunately, they had these things called puzzles that probably caused my preemptive male pattern baldness, being stressed out by these damn puzzles so much. So the question is, fellas, what was your most frustrating puzzle of games back in the day? Riv, I'll start off with you, sir.
That's a tough one for me because I can't think of any one of them that pissed me off to the point where I'm like, nah, I got to come back to this. I was always actually inherently I liked puzzles in the games, and I wish they would come back. In fact, I think nowadays video games are a little bit too easy because they don't have a lot of puzzles. I think honestly, the harder thing, which is akin to the puzzle, is those well-timed jumps to get certain power-ups. And there were certain ones in Mega Man X that were absolutely awful. You had to like jump, air dash, hug the wall, air dash. Like some of those would like frustrate the shit out of me. But you had to do them to get like certain like rare power-ups and whatnot. Some of those jump puzzles do drive me nuts. Even to this day, I think they've tried to re-implement them in certain MMORPGs, and they don't gel very well in like your World of Warcrafts and your Final Fantasy 14s and whatnot. But jump puzzles back in the day were still pretty rough. Mega Man had a lot of tough jumps. There were there's certain levels in Super Mario 3 that you had the time to jump just perfectly, and I'd sit there and be at that level for like an hour just trying to time to jump right. But you know what? On the flip side, maybe they have gotten worse because when you see people who mess with Mario Maker, there are some Mario Maker videos out there that give me fucking anxiety now. So that being said, just look. I'm not even playing the shit. I'm just looking at it like, nah. I can start hearing the music like I'm better than war. All around me, a familiar face. Like I'm getting PTSD watching the fucking shit. But them time jumps were the bane of my existence. There was one in Rygar That well, yeah, Rygar would have to be it because there's a time jump in Rygar I just could not get. That's the one that forced me like, nah, fuck this game. I won't touch this ever again.
Yeah, that's one of the games that we got down below. Hey, people in the chat, let us know. Do you like this layout that I put up? I got the pro wrestling over there where Pook is at, right below him, and also we got Rygar down below PK. So let me know. Do you like the layout? Let me know. And we got different styles in the building. What's up, brother?
House.
Fucking dynamic musical artist. He's made he's made a lot of shit for this damn show. I'm starting to lose track. But stay tuned because I will be playing the Wayback throwback commercial that he made for this show. So be sure you hang around for that if you want to see that live.
I'm curious whether Styles has had a chance to check out any of the indie wrestling stuff I mentioned last week or the week before. So it'd be quite cool if you could pop into the chat if he's had a chance to check any of it out and what his thoughts were.
Okay, yeah, Styles. Yeah, if you had a chance to check any of that out, please let us know in the chat. Jacob Waters. I'm trying to set up a support group for everybody now. He thinks they make good pizza in Ohio. I'm worried for him. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. That's horrible. Uh, Jacob says, "Yeah, cool layout." Okay, cool. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, everybody else chime in, please, because yeah, I'm just messing around with stuff just to kind of keep things, fresh. Not just get everything just all, keep it the same, just regular bullshit. So yeah, I'm just trying to just do just do something a little different. Easy digging. Said my damn phone won't quit ringing tonight. I'll try to make it back. Hey man, handle your business, brother. Handle your business. Handle your business, if you will. Make sure you get to the pay window.
That's right.
All right, so we'll kick it over to Pook. What's your most frustrating puzzle from games back in the day, bro?
Oh man, I always enjoy most of the puzzles, like from your survival horror type games. I remember some of those from Alone in the Dark were really hard, but like the Resident Evil puzzles are usually pretty easy. And I always enjoy puzzles into the survival horror games. But I remember not Miss, but was it Riven? Is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
The sequel
Yep,
to
yep,
Miss. There
yep.
was some in there that I never figured out, and I just gave up on. I remember playing Riven, and I really enjoyed it, and it was just like, fuck this, or even like
Right.
I had issues. It's just me because I know other people get through it easy, but some of the like Portal, like when you get
Mm-hmm.
further into Portal and figuring out some of those kind of puzzles too,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mentally, I have issues with trying, it takes me forever to figure this out. Other people just figure out real easy. But yeah, like Riven was one, and like Portal, some of the later on in Portal trying to make it through one side to another and stuff I had troubles with.
Yeah, yeah. Mine, and it wasn't because it was really that hard to complete the puzzles. It was the logic that they had to make you think that you could figure the shit out. Fucking Shadowgate, the original Shadowgate for the 8-bit Nintendo. It was like, why in the fuck would I go into a room next to me and grab something and come back to this room to use it on an item that probably has no use at all? How in the fuck was I supposed to figure that shit out?
Yeah, like.
Do you remember those other? What were the other two ones? It was the Uninvited and Deja Vu that had the same engine.
Yep.
Deja Vu was a trip. There were some moments in Deja Vu that screwed you up where if you went to the wrong part of the map, you fucking died. Like you just clicked on that. No, you're dead now.
Right. It was like Dragon's Lair, you going across the puzzle board, you jump on one piece, you fucking turn into a pile of bones.
That's like Shadowgate. If you like the first time you're playing that, you got to keep those candles lit because if the candles go out, then you can't see and you die. I remember first couple times playing that, didn't realize, and I mean even the music changes, but I didn't realize it, back in the day, and then finally kind of figure out, okay, I got to keep these candles lit, torches. There were torches lit and stuff, but Deja Vu was really good. I really enjoyed that detective story on that one. That one was really good. Uninvited, I didn't get far in. I don't remember why, but I remember defeating Shadowgate and Deja Vu, but Uninvited, while it looks cool, I just something about it. I don't remember if I got stuck on puzzles with it or what, but
I need to amend my answer that the worst puzzle is when you get a fitted sheet out the dryer and you get it in 3 corners and you have to get that last corner. That's the frustration that it's the real life version of the frustration of the video game puzzles.
yeah, that's a IRL puzzle, or
Right.
That's how it feels.
Yeah, PK, did you see that? Different style says you need the links again.
I did. I'll dig those out for you again, and I'll get those sent over. That's
Okay.
cool.
All right, cool. All right, former crackhead Calvin, former PWO hitman.
Aloha, brother.
Brother, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming out here and checking us out, bro. Appreciate you. And we got our boy Jason
Jason.
Saunders. What's going on, my dude? Hey, up and coming YouTuber, awesome personality. I love the whole 80s guy with the wig. I love that shit. I be cracking up every time I see him throw that fucking wig. Yeah, make sure you go check out Jason Saunders on YouTube.
Yeah.
Great guy, great family man, loves retro games. Just an all around good dude. Please go check him out and toss him a sub. Jason Saunders on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that wig, man, should have me rolling.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so let me see. PK, what was your most frustrating puzzle?
I was a big fan, but also frustrated greatly by the Sierra and Lucas Arts adventure games in general. Doesn't matter what one you look at, whether it's whether it's the Monkey Island games, whether it's the Broken Mirror games, whether it's Discworld, especially. Discworld frustrated the fuck out of me. I never complete that game without a guide.
Right.
There's leaps in logic, and then there's that game. He basically went, right, it's Terry Pratchett, is it? We can do whatever the fuck we want then. And that was basically where that game came from. And then also as well, some of those temples in Zelda, especially the fucking water temple in Ocarina of Time.
Yes.
When the selling point of your remaster for the 3DS is you've streamlined a temple because people hate it that much, you know you fucked up.
Yeah, water temple. I believe that was the first time that I lost a 64 controller. Was playing that fucking game. Ooh, that water temple.
I also had trouble. I remember that having the boots and going down under there, and
yeah,
I had trouble with that one too. I remember.
Yeah. We got squirrel in the building. Hey, squirrels, magnet fishing and outdoors. Well, it says it all. Fishing, outdoorsman, all around good guy. He's a really cool dude. So go check him out also on YouTube. Thank you, Squirrel, for coming out and hanging out with us, bro. Totally appreciate that. And Obi, so now what was your most frustrating puzzle of the game back in the day?
Ooh, not really a puzzle. More of a boss puzzle, I think, for me. It's a good question though. This is it's a good topic. For me, it was, and we've mentioned. I sound a bit like a broken record because we mentioned this game so many times on the show. Konami owes us something at this point. Yeah, it was Metal Gear Solid, the first one, and the whole Psycho Mantis boss. Not really a
Yeah.
puzzle again, but yeah, they did give me the option when I bought that game that if I wanted the strategy guide, but nope, I said no. And
I'm a man, damn it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I did eventually get the strategy guide at one point, but I mean, yeah, I just that I gave up on that one in the end. I was like, oh, I can't figure out what to do. I know you can call the colonel, and I believe the next time I played, I called the colonel like 10 times. I think it was the ninth or 10th time. Yeah, if they've actually finally they get so annoyed with you, they just tell you what to do. So that's why I like MGS, because if you annoy them so much, they'll just eventually tell you what to do.
Okay, dumbass, here's the fucking answer.
Yeah, another tidbit in that game was they actually scold you for not having a. If you have a mono TV in one of the other boss fights, the Hind D, the helicopter, they actually scold you and say, "Oh, you're not on a stereo TV, on a mono TV." So I thought that was cool too. So
Mm,
but yeah, definitely, it
nice.
was definitely MGS for me. Some of the Resident Evil ones too. I know Pook said they're straightforward, but though some of the Resident Evil ones tripped me up. I don't know if I was just drunk that day or just not paying attention.
You know what I always liked about the Resident Evil ones? I liked how Jill could do certain puzzles, but Chris couldn't, because they basically all but left out that Chris is retarded compared to Jill. They'd be like, unfortunately, Chris does not know how to play the piano, therefore you're fucked. Oh no,
Yeah.
Chris failed chemistry, so you can't create the thing that kills Plant 42.
Well, they knew that eventually Chris would become the god of rock punching. So
Yeah, how the hell did Chris have a lower inventory than Jill? He had 6 slots, she had 8. This motherfucker, this steroid motherfucker, can carry less than 105-pound Jill Valentine. Yeah,
She had
okay.
she had that booty.
Well, I was gonna say Jill's got more places to put things if you think about that.
That's true.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. By 5, Chris really buffed up. I don't know what he was doing. I don't
On
know.
the
There was
gas,
a storyline
brother.
reason. He was preparing for that BOW war.
right. He was hanging out with Scott Steiner too much. Roy,
Yeah, yeah. And then in I think was it in RE7 you saw him in a bar, or was that 8? I can't remember. I think it was 7.
Mhm.
7
I think
or
it
8.
was 8.
Yeah, it was 8. Yeah, you saw him in a bar at one point, and it was like, this guy's broken down.
Yeah. And we got Pixel Chick rebranded from formerly the artist known as Pac-Man Paranormal. We got Pixie Chick in the Pixie Chick in the house. Hi, welcome back. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We World says hi. Glad to see you on the panel again. Thank you very much. Yeah. That sinus infection was no fucking joke. I mean, I'm still not quite 100%, but I just had to get back, for one, I missed all these crazy motherfuckers that I'm talking with right now. And plus I missed all you guys and gals too. So,
I got the gory details about that sinus infection behind the scenes. It was
my
sounded
goodness.
rough, let me tell you. I'm not going to
Yeah.
repeat it here, but just in case anyone's having their dinner or whatever,
He sounded like what?
Hey, we've seen worse snot episodes on YouTube. Jake Hudson episodes. And
Oh no, yeah.
Oh shit. We got Dion in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for coming out and hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you. Jason. I want Leon's hair.
yeah, Leon has some good hair.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, Leon, yeah, definitely. They speaking of Leon, they actually had a bundle in it. It was a Japan exclusive where you could buy the leather jacket with the game. I think it was Resident Evil 6.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a long time ago, but yeah, they had a package deal where you could buy his jacket. It was like, I remember it cost like $600 or $700 or something. It's
Damn.
insane. I think Pook, you probably remember that.
Oh my
I
goodness.
kind of do, yeah. I
Yeah.
kinda do.
Cool. All right. We're gonna skip over the EV Mux commercial today because I want to play the commercial that Different Styles made for us. So it's going to be a little bit short one. So we're gonna play that. We come back. We'll go on to our next topic. So you have been listening and participating in the Wayback Throwback.
You're listening to Fat Ninja Podcast Radio.
The Wayback Throwback, when we jump in the Wayback Machine, back to a time where life, well, didn't suck so bad like it does now. I'm your host, Fat Ninja. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to yet another edition of the Wayback Throwback.
Be correct.
up my Japanese PlayStation and been playing the Japanese version of Parasite Eve. Having fun with that.
Everything's on sale for me all the time. I just about been rated like the My Pillow.
Obi-Wan Jabroni.
Yeah, on the Xbox store, there's a lot of sales.
DK Punk.
There's 2 versions of Tekken 7 on sale on the Xbox store currently.
Ninja Podcast. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 3 p.m. Pacific Time. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. 11 p.m. UK Time. Fat Ninja Podcast Radio.
Peace now.
Okay, and we are back. Thank you, Different Styles, for making that awesome commercial. Man, he's constantly just makes bangers. I mean, like, I don't know where he gets the inspiration from, but thank you again, brother. Totally appreciate you bringing that extra hot content to Fat Ninja Game Talk Radio, the Wayback Throwback, in all areas that you touch turns to fucking gold, bro. You are a fucking champion. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right, so we are back for our second topic, and memories back from the '80s, and I want to just say some ones that I just randomly just grabbed up to, kind of get our creative juices flowing, our memories
The
flowing
noggin
about
jogging.
the noggin jogging. All right, so the Berlin Wall back in '89. The shuttle Challenger exploding back in '86, and also, oddly enough, in the same year, the Chernobyl nuclear accident in '86. Macintosh computer released back in '84, and Michael Jackson's Thriller. That was in '80. Michael. That was in '82. That was in '82, and then. E.T. the movie, not the video game. Thank God. That was in '82 also, and finally the assassination of musical great artist John Lennon was in 1980. So now I was going to kick it to you guys. People in the chat, please please feel free to go ahead and chime in with your memories from the '80s. Um, PK, I'll start with you, sir. What do you remember back from the '80s? Like, is it a particular thing off the list that I read off, or do you have a specific memory back from the '80s?
Obviously, well, I was born '83, so a lot of stuff going back into the '80s is very much just like looking up on it in history and in benefit of hindsight of how monumental some of this stuff was. Like the Berlin Wall, I've got very vague memories of seeing that on TV when I was a kid, and even then, you knew it was something big. You didn't know how big until you obviously found out about it a lot later on. But it was that breakdown and getting a united Germany again was such a big deal when it comes to European politics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Corner Clubhouse checking in. He says MTV. Yeah, MTV was huge back in the in the '80s. Hell yeah! I mean,
my MTV.
right, man. Hell yeah. Yeah. Corner Clubhouse, cool ass dude. He gets into a variety of things too, but the thing that makes stands out for me, he's just a cool, down to earth guy. Like, he's a guy that you could just sit and just talk with about any and everything, and he is totally transparent in how he presents himself. So to me, that's more important, like I said, in my opinion, than any other type of content that you can put out. So yeah, go check him out and give him a sub on his channel on YouTube. Thank you, brother, for coming out and checking us out. He said the Dare program. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Just say no. Just say no.
That shit was everywhere. Oh my goodness. I couldn't stand that. It was all the damn t-shirts. I mean, like, they were giving them away like Jehovah's Witnesses trying to give away their pamphlets, on the corners and shit. I was like, no, I don't want that, and I don't want that. So no.
Just say no.
just say no. It's Dale Stark. Hey.
What's up,
Hey.
Dale? How you doing, man?
Oh, that's somebody you know, Pook?
No, I was just saying, ask you how I was doing.
Oh, okay. Oh, what was the first video on MT? I don't even remember, dude. Shoot, was it I want my MTV or was it something else?
No, that was later. I have no idea, but I mean, I'm
It
sure
was
it was
Video
probably
Killed the Radio Star, I believe. I could be wrong.
that could
I
be.
think. I think it was
Hell,
Video Killed the Radio Star,
shit,
if I'm not
I'm
mistaken.
I'm old, dude. So
I
I
mean,
don't
I'm
remember.
old too. I just know stupid trivia. I
Well,
know just random shit, and that's one if I remember. I could be
There.
wrong.
They're up there at arcade machines. Yeah, man, arcades definitely, man.
Hell
Arcades are a
yeah,
big one
hell
for
yeah.
me growing up. Like
Yeah,
whenever we used
in
to
the
go on
80s.
holiday with me dad, we always used to end up at the
Video killed the
if you're in
That's
radio.
the
right.
if
You're
you're in
right,
the UK,
Griff.
you'll know Pontins and Butlins and these sorts of holiday camps. And there was always the arcades, and me and my brother would always end up in there, usually playing Wrestling Challenge or Tekken as the decades went on.
Mhm. Okay, Dale Stark. Not too much. I'm new here. Cool. Well, hey, thank you for coming over here and checking us out, seeing what we're about. This is one of three shows that we do during the week. On Monday is Fat Ninja Game Talk Radio, where we specifically talk about gaming news and the multiple fuck ups of the gaming industry. On Wednesday, we jump back in the Wayback Machine, talk about stuff from the past, and on Friday is a free forum. You bring whatever topic you want us to talk about, and we'll discuss it within reason. Always got to put that disclaimer out. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the content. Hopefully you'll get a laugh. So yeah, thank you for coming out, hanging out with us. Appreciate you. Yep. And it was the Buggles that had that song that came out. Awesome.
The dogs appreciate Dale too. They were saying
Right, right, right. All right. So I'll kick it over to you, Pook. What do you remember back from the
man,
80s?
the 80s was like the last generation that I felt free to do what I wanted and roam. And I was born in 74, so 84, 85, 10 or 11 years old, hitting all the arcades. And thank you, Dale, for subscribing. We appreciate that, brother.
Hell
And
yeah. Thank
the arcades were different. I mean, like there was arcades in the 90s, but it was different. The 80s, I mean, it was just like there was so many of them and they were so big and they had so many games and it was just a whole atmosphere. And I mean, people would be in them at 9, 10 o'clock at night still gaming, and there was adults and kids and everybody. People were smoking and there was music and it's just there. I remember building ramps as a kid and riding my dirt bikes. I mean, I started off with Huffies and then graduated to like mongooses and smoking cigars in the arcade. No, not me. And Mad Magazine. I mean, I know it was still around afterwards for a long time, but for me personally, man, Mad Magazine in the 80s and the double issue of the violence issue. And I mean, I got a lot of my humor, I think, from Mad Magazine and stuff. It was really influential for me back in the 80s. And then just the different music and video games. I mean, we were playing Atari and the arcade games, and then all of a sudden, boom, the NES. And it was like a whole new world, because we're playing Excite-a-Bike at the arcade and Excite-Bike and Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers. Now we got basically the identical thing at home. And I don't know, it's just different, man. I mean, like when the 90s came, there was good stuff too, but to me, maybe just because I was that certain age, man. Garbage Pail Kids, all them cool movies like Never Ending Story and shit, and wrestling. Wrestling became big in the 80s. That's your 84, 85, MTV and wrestling, the rock and wrestling. And I mean, it was just 80s was fucking awesome. 90s were good too, but I mean, I don't know. I think 80s was like the generation where I didn't have to work and I was, as a young beginning teenager and stuff, I was free to run around and do shit. And so I love the 80s, man. I mean, I could talk hours about the 80s for real.
Yeah. Absolutely. You said never ending story. Hell yeah. Atreyu!
Hell yeah, man. I remember
Yeah,
going to the movie theaters. Even the movie theaters were back then compared to later in the 90s and stuff were just different, man. Like,
absolutely.
man, I mean, it was just like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I was younger or something, but it was everything was just, it was really cool. And it wasn't like it is now. Now everything's, I guess as an adult, more things are more stressful or whatnot. But man, I miss the fucking 80s, man.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And we've talked about it on the show before, especially me and Riv had our stories about, going to play Street Fighter. Like when you came into the arcade, you looked for the baddest motherfucker there and
Mm-hmm.
you had your roll of quarters and you slammed them on the damn set. I got next. So then it was your sworn duty to destroy that motherfucker, embarrass that motherfucker, and sometimes you get into fights. I mean, literal fist fights. You'd be
Yeah, I mean,
street fighting over Street Fighter, But back then, you know what? You could do that shit. Like you could go out, have a disagreement, take it outside, dust a motherfucker off, and then 9 times out of 10, you earn that dude's respect. And then
I
you
miss
went back
punching people
in.
in the face. I miss punching people in the face.
you had the other side of the coin too. Games like Gauntlet, where you would have four players teaming together in trying to defeat and get out of the maze in Gauntlet, where you
Yeah.
teamed up and played, and we used to do that. Played a hell of a lot. Gauntlet was the big game back in the day for in the 80s for me until later on when other stuff came out. But yeah, man. I mean, it was a different now. I mean, you do any of that kind of stuff, somebody's going to jail or somebody's getting sued. Or
Right,
everybody's got their
right.
little phones recording everybody. You can't act up. I mean, it's bullshit.
World star.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It was the best
E-
decade for toys as well, I will say. I do it because that was me growing up. So I remember vividly having a collection of mask
Oh
vehicles,
yeah, yeah, man.
Visionaries, obviously Transformers. I was still got a big Transformers collection. So
Fucking
that's more my age during the 80s.
yeah,
fucking
Cartoons and
He-Man
toys.
too.
yeah,
The He-Man
He-Man,
He-Man.
yeah.
stuff.
Easy says Golden Axe was a good multiplayer
Oh yeah,
motherfucker. Fuck yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dude.
Golden
Mhm.
Axe was awesome.
Jason says Gauntlet. Yeah,
Yeah.
yas. Hell yeah, man. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Riv, what about you, sir?
Well, I remember when you could open a comic and not see two guys trying to suck each other's dicks. I remember back when when Cyclops and Wolverine used to actually fight enemy mutants instead of banging each other to bang Jean Grey. Like that's actually a thing that goes on now in comics. If y'all didn't know, we had Superman say that basically getting on his knees was more important than fighting criminals because tolerance was the real word. When I was growing up, Superman was getting killed by Doomsday. That was unheard of, all right? Now, I mean, you look at it, we grew up in the best era because instead of social issues, we had comic books, we had video games, we had television that just let us enjoy it. I mean, who didn't have their first boner to Kelly Bundy back in the Married with Children day? Because back then it was attractive on TV, and they weren't shaming you for being a heterosexual. You look at the cartoons we had were absolutely amazing. We had Captain N, we had Super Mario Brothers, the Super Show with Lou Albano on it. I mean, we had the best era. I mean, we were the era that really got a lot of stuff broke new ground. Everything was new. Nothing was remade. Most of the shit that's remade now came from the 1980s. Your RoboCops, your Terminators, your Predators. These were new. These were new when we were growing up. It was absolutely an amazing time. It will never be duplicated, and they've tried to, and they've lost all the magic of that era. You know what else I liked? Being able to go anywhere I wanted and not having one of these motherfuckers on at all fucking times. If I was out, bitch, I was out. You couldn't get in touch with me. You know what the cell phone was? My dad hanging on the balcony of our apartment complex yelling to see if I could hear his ass all the way from the park down the street. You know what I'm saying? And that was fun. I remember Don't Try This at Home And it's okay. We're not at home. We're at the park. I'm gonna lock your ass in the sharpshooter in the playground. That's how we grew up. That's how we did things, and it's a sad shame because now childhood is this.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's
You just
true.
spent $500 on some shit on your parents' phone bill. Some Candy Crush shit.
You know what was really messed up, Rib, when you said about the dick joke? We ended up getting 2 more views after you said that.
those are the 2 guys sucking each other's dicks in the comic books.
Oh my goodness, that is
I mean,
terrible.
in all seriousness, I mean, we got to live in the age where Optimus Prime only cared about blasting a hole through Megatron, not trying to blast in Megatron's hole. We came from the era where we could watch, G.I. Joe, and we could watch Duke and Flint and Sergeant Slaughter all take on Cobra Commander. And they weren't talking to us about how much they hated the Reagan administration. I'm a fucking kid. What do I care about politics? Just kill the bad guy, you dumbass. And we don't have that anymore. I look at it.
You're killing easy.
If I had kids right now, flat out, I would not let them watch today's cartoons and TV and comics. I would raise them on the shit that I grew up on, because the stuff we got to live through was pure. And I don't know what the hell this shit is. I have no idea I don't understand. My She-Hulk that I grew up on actually fought bad guys instead of twerking and complaining about, I can't get no dick because I'm a 36-year-old cat lady feminist. I don't care. Kids don't care about this shit. We want a She-Hulk that was just a green buff girl that punched bad guys. Why can't they have that anymore? No, it didn't go into the rant. It was just improvised. I'm done snapping, but man, I wish I could go back to the 80s. I didn't have no fucking bills. I got bills. Why didn't nobody warn me about the fucking bills? Oh, shit. Am I still on stage? Wait a minute. I wasn't going into a rant. The rant's over. That was the rant. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. Disney's terrible. Disney is absolute garbage. Am I in a different room? Where am I at? Where we at? Where'd everybody go? Oh, shit. I thought that was the rant. That was the rant.
That was it.
Oh, there was the rant. That was the rant.
Back in the 80s, if I wasn't walking creeks to catching water snakes and turtles, I was at our local convenience store playing arcade. Yeah, dude, we were just doing regular boy stuff, not, trying to stay on a fucking picket line trying to push political and religious agendas. We didn't worry about that crap until we got to the actual age where that stuff was to actually be thought about. We were actually kids then, and that's the stuff that makes me mad, because all this woke leftist bullshit is always being pushed on us. Like, as soon as you come out the womb, it's like, hey, are you a Democrat or Republican? It's like, dude, I ain't even hardly took my first breath yet.
What are your pronouns, child? What are your pronouns? Where are your papers?
I saw an article before, and this will probably trigger off a rant. Again, it's in the groups, to be honest, but it was 16-year-olds, woke 16-year-olds now reviewing things like American Pie and all these comedies from the 90s, and some of the stuff they were coming out with, it's just like, it's a fucking movie. It's a fucking dumb comedy.
It's funny you mention that, because I was talking with my buddy Curtis, and Ninja, you could sign off on this too, I'm sure. That a lot of the excuse today is that people don't like anything because of of race. Like, oh, everyone's nobody was racist in the 80s. Everybody grew up, whether you were black, Hispanic, Asian, white. Everybody knew everybody. But the thing is, I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, well, it's racist that a show like Friends existed. I'm like, Living Single didn't have no white people, and everybody liked the show. Martin didn't have no white people, everybody liked the show. What are you talking about? There were never blacks. Are you saying there were never blacks on TV in the 80s? What? What? I mean, even the Jeffersons and Sanford and Son existed before we did. So different stroke. What are you people talking about? What do you mean, you people? No, I don't mean anybody of any skin color. I mean you fucking leftists that don't remember that there was TV that we grew up on, and everybody was represented. You know,
What's
everybody
up,
was
Isaac?
represented.
What's up,
And we
Isaac?
love
Thank you
that
for coming
shit.
out checking us out. Thank you.
We
sweetheart,
had the
for
best
coming
fucking
out.
comedies.
Hell yeah. Boston Joker says cartoons and art back in our day it was fun. It was good versus bad guys. Nothing. Yeah, it was nothing to do with sex, and we just wanted to watch all the cool, funny shit because at least back then you didn't have to worry about all this crap that we dealt with now. It was a sitcom. That's
Mhm.
short for sit down comedy. That means it's supposed to be funny, not the stupid shit that we have to deal with on a daily basis. I mean, you can't even turn on a cartoon for your damn kids. You got to monitor that shit because they're trying to slip that shit into our children's cartoons. Then, and these are supposed to be educational for children. Man, you got to scan all that shit these days. And it's terrible, man. It's terrible. Boston says we're
Thanks,
you cool as
Boston Joker.
fuck. We need more
Appreciate that.
on YouTube like you.
Well,
And
that's
we
the
have
problem. We can't
right.
have more on YouTube because they kicked all of us off of YouTube. That's why I'm over there on Odyssey.
Right,
That's
right.
true.
Yeah, religions and politics. I did not care about that as a kid. Yeah, right. Yeah, just what I just said. We didn't care about that crap when we was kids. Hell, we wanted to see how much candy that we could buy and consume without throwing up, and how much pizza we could eat, and how much soda we could drink, and how many video games we could play in a 24-hour period before we passed out. That's what we was worried about back then. So Ross from Friends wasn't black. Good lord.
No,
Mind
the
you,
representation Ross from Friends was retarded. That was who he represented.
Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate that sharing me out on your community tab. Thank you very much.
I
Back
can't
when
be
I
the
was
only
in
one that's called that hates Friends.
Yeah, I didn't like
Deanna,
Friends.
Dion says back when I was in school, I never had a thought about someone bringing a gun to school. Right, right. Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean,
And
used to be able to punch people in the face, so like people would get it out their system. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to advocate for violence. I'm just saying that boys will be boys was considered acceptable. So if you had a problem with someone, you guys would fight it out until you didn't have it in your system anymore, and you'd actually, in many cases, like you said, Ninja, be friends with that person you got in a fight with. You know?
absolutely. And Obi, I did not forget about you. So now, what is your take on your favorite stuff back from the '80s?
Oh man, yeah, so many great answers. Oh, it's hard to it's hard to pick one. I think for me it was the Michael Jackson video though, Thriller that you mentioned as well. I
Hmm.
think it was like what 15, 20 minutes video. So yeah, I thought that was cool. Um, Also, I mean, you can't forget the 80s without the TV. You had your Knight Rider, Street
Yeah.
Hawk, A Team, things like that.
Yeah, all the good
Again,
stuff.
yeah,
Hmm.
all cool stuff. As mentioned before, He Man. Another one I've just thought of was TMNT as well, or Teenage Mutant Hero
Mhm.
Turtles, as it was over here.
Yes.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was cool too. Yeah, I was born in '77, so I kind of I for me it was the mid '80s that I saw a lot of. Really, for me, I do prefer the '90s, but I mean, I definitely do appreciate the '80s though.
Yeah.
You know, with all the stuff, and everything was just cooler back then. No one had a care in the world. I remember going to my cousin's house a lot. I just used to walk there, but like, I was like 10, 11 or something, and no one would bother you back then. They would just let you do your own thing, and there was no violence
Yeah, the world
and
was
stuff.
safer.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a lot safer back then. Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
remember. I remember going to my cousin's house and playing Atari for the first time. I think it was a 2600, and yeah, it was just cool times.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, we got Wilderness with Frugal Mama in the building. Thank you very much for coming over here and checking us out. Totally appreciate you. A recent subscriber. So if you want to go check out being well, not only with like food, but also like inspirational talk. Just getting yourself in a better mindset. Like we say on the show all the time about mental health is it's very important. She also facilitates that on her channel. So please go check her out on YouTube. Thank you, Frugal Mama, for coming over here and checking us out. Totally appreciate it. Easy says I wouldn't play the cartoons of today for a bunch of yeah, man. Hey, dude, like I said, man, we got to screen everything for our kids. What's up, Jada Paul?
Yeah,
What's what's up, brother? Thank you for checking us out. Hey, go check out John Paul's YouTube channel. He talks about a variety of a lot of different topics, like almost almost anything is on the table within a reason. Within a reason. Gotta put that disclaimer out there. Cool ass dude, awesome family man, just an all around good, down to earth, solid dude. So yeah, definitely go check him out on YouTube. Thank you, brother, for coming over here and checking us out. What about the movie Wizard with Fred Savage? No,
Oh yeah, love that film.
yeah, that was pretty good. I definitely love that movie.
You know, a
Definitely.
lot of people don't know Tobey Maguire was one of the Lucas goons towards the end of the movie. That was his first film.
oh
Mm.
my.
Dion
Yeah.
says exactly. There wasn't bullying back then. It was you right. If you had an
Mhm.
issue with somebody, you like, yo, I don't like you. Let's go out here and fight. I'm gonna whoop your ass, and then after that, we'll go get a bag of
I,
Doritos.
I remember what bullying. No, yeah, exactly. And bullying was if the odds were against you, you still fucking fought. I remember this time 3 kids tried to jump me. That was
Right.
the biggest mistake of them 3 kids' lives. I mean, I'm sorry. I beat all 3 of their asses. They never got over it. I wouldn't have gotten over it either. If the odds were against me, I still fucking lost.
Yeah. Boston Joker says I watched Sanford and Son, Jefferson's All in the Family, Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie. Never cared about race. Loved the great shows. I was raised on old shows.
See,
Man, Per well, well said, dude. Because we didn't worry about the whole race thing unless they said it in the show. We
yeah.
wasn't thinking about it.
Here's the thing, like Different Strokes is a great example, right? We watched that show, which was a fun sitcom, right? Now you've
Mhm.
got these assholes who maybe they spend too much time on Twitter, they got no life, they don't have a job, they don't have anything better to do, nothing valuable to do with their time, they're not getting laid, which is obvious. And they sit there and like, well, you know what? In retrospect, that show was very racist because the white guy owned the black kids. No, he adopted them because their fucking parents died. Oh, well, that's very racist. It's akin to having a plantation. What are you talking about? It's just very racist. What, if you don't agree with me, you are a bigot.
Yeah.
Oh
That
shit.
was like the least
Owned it.
racist show on TV. Like it was the man, stepping up because their parents died and bringing them in and taking care of them when he didn't even have to. He could have been like, let them little kids on the street, let them die. Like that's what you want? I mean, what do you say?
Right. Easy says back in the 80s, the perverts had to work. Now they just sit at home in front of the computer. Yeah, man. And then Frugal
Well,
Mama answers it. They are everywhere. Easy. It is sad. I mean, you can't trust nobody. It's like Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day. DTA. Don't trust anybody. I mean, you literally cannot trust anybody.
yo,
Like somebody you might know for years might be a fucking
well,
pedo.
the,
Your
the,
next door
these
neighbor
days,
might be a pedo.
these days, if you do it, you become the president of the United States. Just ask Joe Biden's daughter. But we'll get into that another day. Them uncomfortably long showers that nobody wants to talk about.
Oh,
Oh.
okay, Rib, calm down.
I had to. I'm just saying, you could be a creep and you could be a winner at the game of life now.
Oh my goodness.
Shit.
All right. Yeah. Obi, do you got any quick mentions before we go ahead and get out of here? We're arriving at the hour mark.
Yeah, I think we're over the hour mark. We've got a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. It's about the new Mario movie that's coming out. So yeah, look forward to that if you're into the. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. On the side note, so I think because we've not had a Mario movie like for a while, so since it's a retro show, and yeah, I think that's. I'm not sure what time it's on though. So yeah, if you go to Nintendo's channel, you're able to find it. Um, if you got any comments or anything, leave them down below. We do have the Freeform Friday episode coming up this week. So yeah, bring topics or leave them down below in the comment section of this video. And I think that's it. I know Pook's got a show coming up too, but he'll tell you about that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Pook.
I got 2 shows tomorrow that I'm on at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm on the Domain channel on YouTube. We're going to be talking about just random video games and stuff. I don't know if there's going to be a topic or if it's just open topic. And then on my own channel, as Pook Ninja here on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern, me, PK Punk, and Boston Spencer, a.k.a. Boston Joker, we're going to talk about the beginnings and our memories of the original ECW. So, classic pro wrestling talk.
Nice. We got Warm Strong Adventures checking in at the end of the show. Thank you for checking us out. Hopefully, the few minutes that are left, you find something enjoyable, something to laugh at, or be informed. Thank you for coming out and checking us out. Boston says, love Different Strokes, love the MASH, love Hogan's Heroes, even though Hogan's Heroes was World War II, showed nothing of racist. It had a few hints in there, but they kept it well covered. And the shit was so damn funny. A lot of people really didn't realize that there was a few small racial undertones here and there, but I didn't care about that shit. The shit was fucking funny to me, so I didn't give a damn. And finally, Jason says, "I'm curious how Chris Pratt would do on that Mario movie to Obi." Yeah. It's definitely time to get out of here because my green screen, I'm starting to look like a fake stand-in from Twilight now. Got all the sparkles behind me and shit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit the outro and get the hell out of here. Oh my goodness. All right, thanks a lot, everybody, for kicking it with us on the Wayback Throwback. Totally appreciate everybody's participation, and to give the final tally for the poll. The question was, what's most important to you at being a YouTuber? 44% said connection to the audience, 22% said being monetized, 18% content, and 14% rounded out saying networking out of 27 people voted. So there you go. Connection to your audience. That's something I truly believe in. That's why I do what I do. Thank you, Johnny Small Pepper, from checking in. Unfortunately, we're closing down shop, but thank you for coming out, chilling with us. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the fuck out of here. I'm hungry, and like I said, the sparkles are starting to envelop me, becoming the Twilight stand-in vampire who is actually Fat Vampire, which makes no sense at all. But yeah, thank you very much for kicking it with us. All of our socials are down below, and like he says at the bottom, what topics do you want us to talk about on the next episode? Let us know in the comments. Just leave a topics, and we'll get to them on the show. So thank you very much, and I've been Fat Ninja, and when you least expected it, I just stole your sandwich. God damn it. Later, folks.